What's up, legends? Welcome back to part 2 of Light's story. After the insane events of part 1, things are about to get way darker and way more dangerous this time. So the question is, will Light survive and continue his path of revenge? Or is the story about to take a completely unexpected turn? Part 1 is pinned in the top comment. Grab your favorite drink. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Picking up right where we left off in part 1, Garrow faces Light, tears streaming down his eyes, and asks, "Why are you trying to become a god?" Light responds calmly, as if the question excites him. But the truth is far from simple. There's a hidden secret, maybe for good, maybe for something far darker. The path Light chooses could make him a god or turn him into the king of demons. Everything depends on his answer, because his power can either transform the world into a paradise full of peace and bliss, or drown it completely in death and darkness. Now, the entire world will witness the test to prove what he truly deserves. And this is where Light's real journey begins, from the depths to the very top. We see Light running back toward his village, calling out for his family, his excitement obvious as he rushes forward, accompanied by his loyal servants. But the moment they reach the place he once knew, everyone is struck speechless. Light freezes in shock, fear washing over him as he sees his entire village completely destroyed. No one is alive. Light is terrified by the sight before him. He says that during the 3 years he spent in the abyss gathering his forces, his village was attacked by an unknown enemy, and no one knows who did this. 6 months pass since Light arrived at the village. He has buried all the corpses he could find, but the bodies of his siblings are nowhere to be found. He wishes desperately that they are still alive, that there is still some hope. By his side now are 2 new soldiers from his original team, Orco Knight, Gold, and the shadowy elf Nemo. The knight asks if he's okay. Light replies calmly, "Don't worry about me, I'm fine." The knight says, "Let's move, we can't stay here crying." Nemo snaps at him, upset. The knight retorts, "You're overreacting." Nemo fires back, "Don't you see a man grieving for his family and his village? And you talk to Lord Light like that?" Light is shocked, unsure how to handle their bickering. He mutters, "I don't know if you two are friends or enemies." It becomes clear that both of them are at level 5,000, enough to dominate his entire team. The knight says emotions and sadness aren't for men, showing clear arrogance. Light replies, "I just want to find somewhere to sleep. I don't want you sleeping on the ground either." Nemo insists, "I don't care where I sleep. I'll stay by Light's side no matter what, even on the ground." Gold interrupts, "Don't act like a martyr on my account. I'm doing all this just to make sure Light rests, nothing more." They continue bickering over who cares more for Light. Light groans, "Don't fight over it. Where we sleep doesn't matter. The most important thing now is to gather intel about the attack on my village." He tells them, "We have a strong army that can face the surface world, but I don't want to become the villain in someone else's story." Gold reminds him, "Since you know your strength and the enemy's power, the outcome of this battle is already decided." Nemo adds, "We're here to understand the military power of each nation and to find out who destroyed your village. Was it because they fear the maestro I command?" Light's anger erupts and an overwhelming power bursts from him. He shouts, "If they did this for evil reasons, I will destroy the entire world and make it a living hell." Gold and Nemo are terrified by the raw power emanating from him. Gold warns, try to control your anger, especially in the city. That aura of yours could kill any human just from fear. Light apologizes, then summons a strange mask to hide his face. He puts on the mask and bids farewell to his father and mother, deeply saddened. After that, we see the three of them flying through the sky. Nemo asks, "What are we supposed to do in Jast City?" Gold scolds her, "How can you just say the city's name like that?" Light knows that on the surface, he can't go by his real name. He goes by Dark as a disguise, so no one recognizes him. Gold reminds Nemo that they can't use his real name, because if the guild finds out, the news will spread and they'll attack again. Dark tells her they're going to register him as a novice adventurer, and he'll gradually level up through missions. Nemo asks, "Why do you want to do that?" Light is likely annoyed at being a weak adventurer and wants to regain his full strength so no one can bully him again. From a distance, Nemo spots Jast City. Light decides to stop briefly and continue on foot. Gold warns that appearing in such a visible way will draw attention and everyone will stare. Nemo gets angry at him as usual. The three of them move through the forest. Suddenly, some bandits spot Gold and call out, "Come here!" Nemo is irritated because Gold shines too brightly and causes trouble. In an instant, the bandits are tied up. Gold mutters, "Pathetic people." A man and his son are amazed by their power. They ride together to Jast City. The man thanks them for saving his life, and the boy exclaims that it's the first time he's seen humans with such strength. He adds that they defeated dwarves in the blink of an eye. The man asks if they're entering Jast City, assuming their famous, powerful adventurer is coming to explore the dungeon. Light replies, "Not exactly. We're just ambitious adventurers, and we haven't officially registered with the guild yet." The man and boy are shocked. Light explains that he plans to register with the guild to take missions and gradually increase his rank. The man tells them they're in the right place because Jas is the largest city in the Dwarf Kingdom. He explains that the local dungeon is strong, full of even more powerful monsters, which is why it attracts adventurers from everywhere. The man also mentions that a good number of humans visit the city, which is why he can operate and manage his hotel. Finally, they arrive at the gates. Dark and his two companions get off and thank the man for the ride. The man thanks them for saving his life, introduces himself as Colonel, and invites them to stay at his hotel if they have nowhere else to sleep. They walk through the city, completely in awe of its size and beauty. Gold tells them there are plenty of shops selling weapons. Nemo replies, "That makes sense, with so many adventurers here, and the Dwarf Kingdom is famous for blacksmithing." Soon they arrive at the Adventurers Guild. They are shocked by the sheer number of people inside. Suddenly, everyone panics as a powerful genie passes by. Light comments, "They haven't changed in 3 years, and the monsters still treat humans like trash." Nemo gets into an argument with a guild employee. "Mr. Dark cannot possibly be just F rank. Don't you see his strength?" The employee responds, "Every beginner starts at the same rank." Nemo becomes even angrier. "He's even stronger than your S rank. He deserves a special rank, Super S." They continue bickering for a while. Dark apologizes to the employee, saying he's happy with the F rank. Nemo is shocked by this and apologizes for her outburst inside the guild. Gold keeps laughing and teasing her. Dark tells him, "Calm down. She understands her mistake now. No need to do that again." Afterwards, they go to Colonel's hotel. Dark tells him, "We'll stay at your hotel, but I have some unusual requests." They learn that he plans to rent the entire upper floor for a full month. He doesn't want anyone from the hotel entering, not even room service, because his team needs complete privacy. He offers a bag full of gold coins, shocking the man with the amount. Of course, the man immediately agrees to all their requests without hesitation. Dark then activates 3 magical seals: silence, obfuscation, and magical detection. No one outside the hotel can see or hear them. Once inside, Light tells them, "We're safe. No one can see or eavesdrop on us. You can relax now." Nemo asks, "Why did you choose to become an adventurer when your power is so immense and you could have stayed safe in the abyss? We could have taken orders and handled things ourselves." Light interrupts her. "Are you trying to stop my path of revenge or what?" Nemo quickly replies, "No, of course not. I didn't mean that." Suddenly, Light's power bursts out, shaking the entire building. Nemo starts crying and apologizes, pleading for him to forget what she said. It's clear that Light is upset, but he doesn't fully explode in anger. Gold laughs at the scene. "Some things a man has to do himself, you know." Light wants to take revenge personally, without relying on anyone. He then apologizes to Nemo. "I know you're just thinking of protecting me. I'm sorry, my anger got the better of me." Nemo replies, "I went too far too. Forgive me." Light reassures her, "I won't let it happen again." They share a lighter moment. Nemo grabs his leg and kisses it, a sign of loyalty and respect for the king, as is the strange custom among all kings. Light is embarrassed and clearly doesn't like it. Suddenly, Gold scolds them. "What kind of stupidity is this?" Nemo snaps at him. "Mind your own business, you brute. Do you even understand loyalty?" Gold retorts, "Loyalty means kissing his foot." Nemo, enraged, threatens him. "Better take back your words before I kill you." Afterwards, the streets are calm, almost eerily quiet. They comment on how beautiful the place is and remark that the dungeon must be as impressive as they've heard. People are watching Gold, clearly admiring him. Many are also focused on Nemo, as you can imagine. They're all curious about Light and the mask he's wearing. Light says the mask looks good on him, even if it might seem a little strange to others. There's a very long line of people, all standing orderly. Gold observes, "Looks like there aren't any genies here." He explains that's why there's tension between the dwarf kingdom and the genies. Nemo clings closely to Light. He tells her, "Do you really have to stand like that?" She replies, "Of course, it's so I can protect you." Suddenly, strange people appear in front of the children. They point at the one carrying the bag. That must be the servant. The one in white is the trainer, and the giant-looking man is a powerful fighter. The children are scared and hesitant to speak to them. Light warns, "Don't take anyone else's place in line." One of them glares at Light, clearly speaking to him. "Surely you're not talking to me?" Light replies, "I am talking to you. You're the only one cutting the line." The stranger retorts, "Do you even know who you're speaking to?" Light calmly says, "I know, and even if you're famous, that doesn't mean you can act like this." Nemo interjects, "Stop the foolishness and return to your place in line." The stranger growls, "You talk to me like an animal." He's about to use his power against them. But his companion stops him, saying, "We can't cause trouble here. If you draw your sword now, we'll be in serious trouble." The man walks away, threatening, "You'll see what happens to you later." The crowd starts cheering, clearly pleased with Light's actions. Light apologizes for causing a disturbance, but the people tell him, "People like that deserve to be treated this way." The children approach Light to thank him for what he did, but they also apologize for being too scared to speak earlier. Light replies calmly, "It's okay, I just did what I had to do." One of the kids says, "That was really kind of you." Then the child looks at Gold and whispers to the guard, "Is that armor really made of gold?" His friends scold him, "Is this really the time to ask something like that?" He responds, "Don't you have any curiosity? Everyone here wants to know." Gold is about to answer, but Nemo quickly cuts in, saying, "It's just a special alloy. You can't make armor like that out of pure gold." The child apologizes again for his friends, but Light smiles and says, "No problem. The color gold represents chivalry. There's no better color to symbolize a knight." He adds, "Gold will earn both fame and the love of the people." The child then asks,
"Is this your first time exploring the dungeon?" Light replies, "Does it really look like our first time?" The boy explains, "This dungeon is bigger than any other place. That's why adventurers from everywhere come here to camp." He continues, "But I noticed you don't have any equipment, so I thought maybe it's your first time here." Light thanks him for the information. The boy says, "I wish I could help you more than that." Then the man calls for them, saying it's their turn. The children say goodbye to Light and leave. Gold laughs and says, "Can you believe we almost got exposed just because we don't have equipment?" Light replies, "All my gear is inside my item storage." Nemo adds, "In that case, we should carry fake equipment so no one suspects us."
Soon, it's Light's team's turn. They enter the dungeon. The place is massive, far bigger than they expected. The knight says, "Light, I didn't think it would be this huge." Light replies calmly, "We need to examine the core gems of this place to solve its mystery." He explains that this task was extremely difficult, even for someone like Eli. The knight responds, "If it was that hard for Eli, then I doubt anyone could fully understand it." They realize that the deeper they go into the dungeon, the stronger its power becomes, and that power can be used to create monsters. The dungeon itself feels like an entirely different world. The scenery around them is strangely beautiful, almost unreal. Light then activates one of his abilities, insight. At that moment, we learn that he has also activated stealth and flight. Suddenly, all of them begin to float into the air. The knight says in amazement, "Your abilities never fail to impress me, Light." Nemo smirks and replies, "That's the first smart thing you've ever said." Insight will help Light locate the second layer of the dungeon, while stealth ensures that no one will be able to see them. Then we see massive, towering monsters. A warrior is slaughtering them brutally, moving with incredible speed and precision. Despite being one of the youngest fighters, he's also one of the most famous in the Elf Kingdom. He's known for rising through the ranks faster than anyone else, all thanks to his intelligence. We learn that his name is Kaito. He declares proudly, "I am the legendary hero, the one every elf knows." His companion sighs and says, "Calm down a little." They reveal that they came here because of the hunters in the third lair. "Let's move, don't waste time on these monsters." Kaito gets furious, raising his sword. "How dare you speak to me like that?" He continues angrily. "All of this happened because of my low level." His companion responds, "No one is mocking you for your level. You've already reached the maximum limit of the elf template." Kaito clenches his teeth and says, "A hero like me can't stay stuck at level 1500. I have to go beyond that, surpass them all." His companion replies, "I understand your situation. People mocked my research too." Kaito says, "Then help me raise my level quickly." The companion answers, "I will, but I still don't have any confirmed results yet." Kaito thinks to himself, "I can't trust a dark elf like him. The moment I grow stronger, I'll kill him with my own hands." We then see Light's team after defeating a huge number of monsters. Nemo says, "We should start collecting the magic stones and finish this mission. It'll be solid proof for the guild that we reached the third layer." Light replies, "Good idea. I'm honestly getting bored of these monsters." Nemo adds playfully, "I can help you, maybe clean your clothes too?" Gold jumps in, "By the way, my armor needs cleaning as well." Nemo snaps at him, "No one asked you." Then she turns back to Light. "Using your ability, take us back to the first layer quickly." Light responds seriously, "We need to move fast before anyone sees us." But suddenly, Light notices a group of children surrounded by monsters. 3 young fighters stand at the front, while a girl in the back supports them with magic. The kids manage to defeat the monsters quickly.
Let's collect the stones before more show up, they say. But suddenly, they freeze. Light is standing right behind them. They're shocked. How did he get here without anyone noticing? Light calmly says, "You should always stay focused on your enemy. There was a snake right behind you." They realized it could have killed them instantly. Even one bite from that snake causes paralysis. The child thanks Light for saving them. Suddenly, Nemo senses something strange. She calls out to Light. Light feels it too. Someone is watching them. Out of nowhere, powerful wolves burst out of the forest at incredible speed. The children panic. These are great forest wolves. They're supposed to live deep in the forest, not here. The kids start to run in fear, but Light stops them. Don't worry. The wolves pass right by them without attacking. The children are stunned. If they're not attacking us, then what are they running from? Suddenly, a massive destruction shakes the forest, and then it appears. A terrifying creature emerges, the four-armed mantis of darkness. The children freeze in pure khof. A monster like this shouldn't even exist here. It was supposedly wiped out 10 years ago. The entire group is shaking. The leader shouts, "May, support us with your magic." Then he turns to Light. "Please, help us escape. We just need to injure its leg and run." But Light says calmly, "You want to run? Then run. As for me, I'm thinking of hunting it and taking the reward for myself." Gold adds, "That creature is no joke. Ordinary humans wouldn't stand a chance." Nemo says, "It's probably around level 5,000. The children are completely shocked. "What did you just say? Fighting something like that is a death sentence. We need to return to the city and inform the guild immediately." Light looks at them and says calmly, "Don't worry, we'll be just fine." Suddenly, the monster attacks. Gold is the first to move, charging straight into battle. A fierce fight begins. The creature is incredibly powerful, so much that it actually forces Gold to step back. He shouts, "Its durability is insane! It took all my hits without a single scratch!" Light smirks and mocks him. "That's because you're weak, nothing more." Then Light attacks, launching a massive fireball. But the monster blocks it and sends it right back at him. The leader yells, "May, support them with magic." But May snaps, "Are you blind? He just cast that fire attack without any spell. Do you even understand how strong he is?" She's shocked because no normal human should be capable of this. Still, the leader insists, "I know they're strong, but they still need our help." Gold interrupts, laughing, "Watch and learn. This is how a real knight fights." He continues, "You control both hands, defend with the shield, and strike with the sword." At that moment, the monster tries to attack him from behind, but instantly Gold blocks it with his shield and shatters one of its arms. He then slashes forward, cutting off one of its legs. The entire group stands there, stunned by his strength. Light steps forward. "Don't take all the spotlight, it's my turn." He unleashes a storm of flaming arrows. The monster tries to block them, but fails, because Light controls every single arrow. All of them hit their target. The monster is overwhelmed. May stands there in shock. He controlled 30 fire arrows at once? But even then, the monster is still alive. It tries to escape into the forest. Light calmly says, "I was expecting that." He instantly creates a wall of fire, blocking its path completely. May becomes even more stunned. This kind of power isn't just impossible for humans. Even elves would struggle to do this. Gold prepares to finish it, but suddenly the monster sprouts wings and tries to escape. In that exact moment, Nemo leaps into the air. She activates her power, and in seconds, she completely destroys it. When she lands, Gold looks at her and says sarcastically, "Well done. Now how are we supposed to sell its parts? You literally turned it into pieces." I told you from the start, bringing you along with a loss." Nemo starts tearing up, feeling guilty. Meanwhile, the entire group behind them stands frozen in shock. Just 3 people defeated a monster that would normally require an entire army or a specialized squad to take down.
Nemo starts crying and asks Dark to forgive her, but Dark calmly tells her that it's fine and nothing really happened. Suddenly, one of the kids finds the monster's core and he gets super excited. Light smiles and says that now they can take it to the guild, get promoted, and prove that they were the ones who defeated the monster. The squad leader then asks Light if they're a famous party, wondering if they were rank B trying to climb higher. But judging by their strength, he assumes they must be at least rank E, aiming for rank S. Light awkwardly replies that they're actually beginners, and this is their first adventure, and he admits they're still rank F. Everyone is completely shocked. How is that even possible? Nemo then casts a water spell so Light and the others can wash off the battle. Light invites them all to clean up together, and Gamer is the first one to jump in. After that, Light thanks them for their help, but the leader insists that they should be the ones thanking him since he literally saved their lives. He then tells them they're setting up a camp nearby and asks if they'd like to join, though he warns that their food isn't that great. Light politely refuses, saying they don't want to be a burden, but the leader insists it's dangerous to travel at night, and also mentions that his sister May wants to talk to Light about magic. Light agrees, and they head to the camp together. Later, as they sit around, Light starts talking about his past. May asks if his parents were also mages, wondering if that's why he's so talented. Light avoids answering, and instead tells her that her magical power is actually very high. May responds that compared to him, she feels like she has no magic at all. She says she can't cast spells without chanting and struggles with tactical magic. Her brother interrupts, teasing her a bit, but May quickly defends Dark, saying that his power is on a completely different level, something she can't even describe properly. Then she explains the 3 types of magic. Combat magic, like fire arrows or ice arrows, used for a single target. Tactical magic, like the fire barrier Light used, affecting a wide area. And strategic magic, which is extremely powerful and can cause disasters like tsunamis, earthquakes, or even summon meteors, but it requires multiple mages combining their mana together. She also explains that races like dragons, dwarves, and demons can use advanced magic much easier, while humans struggle with it. But Dark can cast spells without even chanting. May is completely shocked, saying that something like that has never happened with any human before. Gold agrees, and Nemo adds that Light clearly knows a lot about magic. Light gets a bit embarrassed, but also proud. May's brother tells everyone to calm down, saying he doesn't understand magic much, but it's obvious that Dark has a kind heart. He also praises May, saying she's very talented and that he wants to send her to the Royal Magic Academy someday. Light then asks about the nation they mentioned, Martesa. The brother confirms it. Gold says that joining the most famous magic academy in the world means May must be really talented. The boy then reveals that he and his sister lost their father to a plague, which is why she couldn't go to the academy. Instead, they formed this adventuring party with their childhood friends so they could achieve their dreams together. Light apologizes for their loss. The brother explains that their current goal is to earn a lot of money by exploring dungeons so they can send May to the academy. The kids say it's their dream too, and May smiles, happy to have them by her side. She tells her brother not to do anything reckless again because next time things might not end well. He promises to be more careful. May thanks him, and we finally learn his name is Cox. Cox then asks Light why they became adventurers. Light answers honestly that his parents died in a house fire. Nemo adds that Dark was badly burned, which is why they're on a journey to find a cure for him. Gold explains that they owe a lot to his parents, so they're traveling together to repay that debt and find the cure. After that,
They all sat together and continued talking for a while.
After that, we see a man effortlessly killing a monster, while his assistant casually says that the job was way too easy for him. Kadu responds annoyed, telling him to stop talking nonsense. This weapon is legendary and holds immense value. The assistant tells him to calm down and focus as he starts collecting samples, explaining that every single part of the monster is extremely important. Then he adds something disturbing, saying that the next step is to gather raw materials from humans. Kadu smirks slightly and says, "All right then, let's begin the hunt."
And that wraps up this part. Drop your predictions for our hero in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the episode. See you all in the next arc soon.